Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. I'm here joined with Inti Campo.
Good morning, people. How are you today?
And we've got an exciting show for you guys all today. Oh man, you know, Bitcoin is almost reached my target for take profits, and also we're going to be looking at that with a TA, and also we're going to be talking about Binance, right? An excellent exchange for, and they're adding, of course, the DeFi tokens and yield farming, so that you can actually yield farm on the exchange a little bit safer than in the cold, harsh environments of Uniswap. Also, we're going to be talking about, oh man, is it game on for businesses buying up crypto? Oh boy. And people always wondered how Bitcoin will go to $100,000. Well, if major corporations are buying millions of dollars of it, that's how. Then finally, we're going to be talking about ETH 2.0 and their Spadina testnet. That's going to be a very interesting topic as well. So, and then going on to the question and answer. So, but before we get on to the TA, Inti's got a few words to say.
Yes. As always, people, it's worth to remind you that this video is for entertainment purposes only and this is not financial advice. Please do your own research before putting any of your hard-earned money on the market.
All right, excellent. All right, so let's just bring up the charts here, and let's take a look at what's going on with Bitcoin. Right now, you can see that Bitcoin is almost at the 11,000, trying to like peek its head above the 11,000, and we're at least above the 13 EMA on the daily. So I'm happy about that. Doesn't mean that it's going to stay above that, but hey, you know what? For now, that's a positive thing. Looking at the 4 hour, you can see we have my trade set up, which I've mentioned from quite a while ago, and I provided in my Telegram group, and you can see that we're almost there at the target. And so if anybody in my Telegram group has taken this trade, this would be your target to take a little bit off the table and then let the rest ride. Maybe we keep going higher, and if you want, you can just set your stop loss at either break even or half take profits, half for the profits. So if you're interested in that, Pandora's wallet and their Telegram group, and learning any kind of trade strategies that I'm doing or planning on doing, and same with Inti. He's actually posting in the group some of his trade strategies, and if you purchase 1 month, you'll have 1 month access to the Telegram group. But if you purchase 3 months, you'll have 3 months access to the Telegram group, plus the free month that you get, 30-day free trial that you get as well. The free trial does not give you access to the Telegram group, just so you know. Only purchasing the actual subscription gives you access to the Telegram group. So make sure you, when you open up an account, you will start your 30-day free trial of Pandora's wallet. But if you want the Telegram group, you're going to have to actually pay. And so if you wait until that 30 days is up, right, then purchase it, you're not going to get the combination of the extra month in the Telegram group. So make sure you do that. All right, let's head over to the dominance of Bitcoin. Oh boy, look at that. The W here. And you can see that if we break out, we could head over to the 65%, almost 66% level, really fast if we actually break this level. And then obviously Bitcoin, I've said that in my Telegram group, right? We said, so if you were part of the Telegram, you know that I already mentioned this, right? That unless my hyperinflation prediction is for this year comes to pass, alts will go into hibernation because winter's coming for alts. We're gonna see basically alts get beat up big time by Bitcoin. See ya. And we're starting to see that now with Ethereum. Like, what the hell happened here? Like, it's trying to break down through the last support level that it had here. It tried to break above the 371, but it's failed. Oh my goodness! Can't even get up to the 371, which is right up here. That's not good. That's not good at all. We've tested it once here, the 360, and tested it again here. This is a long-term support level. It used to be resistance, and now it's turned support. And yeah, we're fighting that. And if we don't beat that that level here, 360 level, which is right back there, you can see the top of that last wick. If we don't break that and hold that level, we can break down, and then the next level is obviously the trend line, the upward trend line. If we break down through that, it's adios muchachos for Ethereum, and you can see we could see Ethereum at the low 280 levels before we actually see any kind of turnaround on Ethereum. Alrighty, let's see if there's anything else that we can look at on Ethereum. Let's go up to the 4 hour, and yeah, there's no hope if we don't get up to at least up to the 61.8 to test it, to take a look at it. Maybe we come back and retry the 371. That would be sweet, and fail on. We bounce off of that support and then go higher. But other than that, I don't see any real life for Ethereum. And this, if Ethereum breaks down, right, and we're gonna see the dominance, right, take off, because it's the heaviest altcoin against Bitcoin. So a little bit of sad news for all those alt buddies out there, but that's the way that's just the way it is. Okay. Just remember, if you purchase Pandora's wallet, 10% of your purchase price will be going into buying the token. So you will be getting access to this token, and going forward in the future, we're going to have anyone who wants to watch a live stream, they're going to have some of this token in order to watch it. You don't have to have a lot, really. You don't, honestly. But yeah, I know a lot of you are out there. I don't want to buy this. I don't want to buy a token because I'm afraid I might mess it up. It might be screwed up. I might screw this thing up. It's really scary using what's it called, Uniswap. But you know what? Take the time to learn how to use Uniswap, because eventually a lot of things are going to be listed on Uniswap. And let's just say, for example, we see some new cryptocurrency or product that comes on to Uniswap first, and we want to get access to it. You want to be able to be ready to go to buy that token. And I think Uniswap will be the first thing it gets listed on, because of the fact that it's decentralized and no one can control it. All right. With that said, let's move on to the Binance news for today. Binance, right, aims to its site at Ethereum with its DeFi yield farming play, right? So basically, Binance is making it yield farming a little less scary for the average person by providing a nice, pretty interface and usabilities and so forth, and also the safe comfort of having them manage all your cryptocurrencies and your earnings for you. So yeah, at a small fee, right? So if you want to get a discount of that small fee, right, just head over to, just type in binance.davincej15.com, and you will get a discount when you open up your account on Binance if you want to do yield farming. How I feel about yield farming is this, honestly, it is that yield farming only gives you gives you a rate over a year. And yes, it's like these crazy rates of 200%, 100%, 70%, whatever. But that's an annualized rate, just so you know, right? So on dollars, based on dollars. So yeah, that's quite a lot compared to what the traditional finance is giving you. However, that's nothing compared to what Bitcoin is going to do. And speaking of that, right, you can see the whales are starting to increase their holdings like majorly. We're seeing an upwards trajectory of accounts with 1,000 bitcoins or more. That's incredible. I think we've even surpassed the last bull runs 1,000 or more accounts on the of whale accounts, basically of 1,000 or more bitcoins, and that means a lot of companies, more than just microstrategies, are buying bitcoins. They just haven't said anything yet. So, and once that happens, right? I mean, think about it for a second, right? It's really easy for these guys to custodial Bitcoin than it is gold. Gold is finished. Gold is like old news, old school. Because now, right, if a company wants to protect their wealth, they have their option of buying gold, which, you know, if they do a little bit of research, they'll realize, well, wait a second, a lot of this gold is hypothecated. I mean, I don't know who's the real owner of this gold, and do I want to trust the Perth Mint of Australia when they can't even respect the civil liberties of their citizens? How are they going to respect my gold? That's just silly. And they promised me free storage on my gold. Yeah, that means they're going to free storage until they want to take it from me. No, thank you. And so, yeah, that's you could see businesses are going to realize that. Wait a minute, I could hold this asset. It's not that hard, right? I could hold it with multiple keys so that nobody else could steal it. This is a no-brainer, and it's going to go higher, a lot faster than gold. And people are going to buy my stock because of it, so I can sell more stock. And take cash out that way. I mean, corporations, right, are just feeling like it's gonna be game on, right? You can see. Apparently, there's some kind of Bitcoin buying race between MicroStrategy and Grayscale. Grayscale is a company that allows you to hold bitcoins through them, but at a 2% rate. So basically, if you want to purchase a Grayscale trust, right, they'll take care of all the holding of the bitcoins for you, but at a 2% degrading rate of your total Bitcoin supply that you purchased from them. So MicroStrategy has increased their holdings, right? Remember, we told you about how they're planning. Now they're actually done it, and they've reported to the SEC. Now imagine, this was already done a long time ago. Can you imagine what is going on underneath the surface right now? Right? After everybody's looking at MicroStrategies in the news, all the corporations going, what are they doing over there? Right? And look at their stock. It's up. It's up 12% right today after this news. You can see a lot of corporations are thinking like this. I see. And there's a lot of upside to this. I can get some bailout money and put it over here. I get my billions and billions of bailout, put it over here. Bitcoin is on the moon trajectory for sure. Can't wait. All right, well, let's move on to Ethereum 2.0 news. It gets one last dress rehearsal before the launch. right? A second pre-sandbox. Basically, the sandbox is called the Spadina test, right? The reason why they call it the Spadina test is because Ethereum originated from Toronto, where there's a street called Spadina, right? And yeah, if you want to get on that Spadina bus, right, you can. This what's I saw that?
What is that?
Yeah, so if you want to get on the Spadina bus, don't stay too long on that bus because actually it's a test net for only 3 days. So, but they're just testing out whether or not they can actually create the Genesis block again and making sure that nothing can go wrong. And looks like Ethereum 2.0 is just around the corner, which is for November. You can we should expect Ethereum to turn around here, honestly, because of this. We should see Ethereum not break down unless somebody knows something, and these testings have failed, and they are not going to have Ethereum 2.0 for November. So look out for that, because this is a forward discounting mechanism. So if we break down on Ethereum before the news happens, that's probably because somebody else internally knows. If we break this line, this trend line around the $333 right now, somebody knows that the testing has gone terribly wrong. So, and that will be the case. Alrighty. With that said, thank you guys for, if you're watching this on my backup channel, please check out my backup channel. We are actually recording these videos, editing these videos for my backup channel, because later on we're going to be stop doing the live streams on my directly on my channel, and only provide it for people who actually hold the DJ15 token, and they're only going to see an edited version and not have the question and answer period. So this would be the end of the show for those people. So thank you guys for watching on the backup channel, and we're going to head off to the question and answers period now.
Awesome. Okay, so we have a super chat from yesterday. A couple, actually. One is from Mr. Crypto Gardener. Crypto Gardener asked, How long have I been a subscriber? Smash the like!
How long have you been a subscriber? He wants to know. Well,
yes.
Well, all he has to do is leave a comment, and I will right now asking how long have I been a subscriber, and I will go check it later on in the after this video is up and running. So yeah, because I can see that only when you leave a comment. So leave a comment if you're a subscriber, and I will respond today on everybody's comments. Going to go through and check them out, and I'm going to write down how long you're a subscriber. If you want to just say, hey, how long have I been a subscriber? And I will answer that question. Okay, next question.
Next question. This one is from Eduardo Tapia. He asked, just green candles on Davinci's birthday cake.
Only green candles, yes. That's what I like, man. Speaking of my birthday, Carolina got me a Bitcoin tie, and unfortunately I don't know how to tie a tie. So I'm gonna have to learn how to do that, and so I'm gonna be wearing it sometime in the show, one of the shows this week, or actually next week.
Maybe when we inaugurate the new studio.
Exactly, or something like that. Maybe. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So if you actually wanted to check out the new studio, you're going to have to subscribe to Pandora's wallet, and you can see here we have a video made by Inti on the studio that he actually built. So if you want to check that out, and if you're a Pandora's wallet subscriber, you can always see that video there in the secondary group. Okay. Next question.
Next question. This one is from SPJ68, this is a super chat. He asked, I distribute 30% of my Bitcoin holdings in more than 30 different altcoins in the last weeks. I made three doubles so far, and now you predict that winter for altcoins is coming. Is it best to exchange back all alts into Bitcoin?
That's always been a question of mine whenever I started the little lady strategy because of alts going into seasonalities. And the problem with that is some alts will not go into hibernation mode, right? Some alts will continue to go up, but the majority, of course, will not. And so will you lose out on some of the gains of some of those other alts? And then when it comes to buying back in, when are you buying back in? Sure, you can say, well, Mr. D, December is the tax loss selling season, right? That means that people actually sell all their losers into December in order to realize the losses so they can apply those losses against their taxes or against the gains that they've had, so that they don't have to pay as much taxes because they actually realize the losses on other ones that have gone down. And so that puts a lot of pressure on a lot of the cryptocurrencies and even stocks as well. And so that's where you can pick up some bargains sometime in December, most likely in the ending weeks in December is where you'll see some serious discounts. Now, however, you can see that a lot of the coins, although they are coming back down, they've come back down quite a bit. I don't think they can go any further, right? If you look at some of the altcoins that we are looking at, right? For example, let me just show you one of them that we've recently purchased, and everybody's like happy that they purchased a little bit lower than I have.
That's my fault.
It's BTS, right? And so how much lower can this possibly go, right? There's not much room for this thing to collapse. So so if you were to sell this and say, well, I'll just wait until later. Yeah, later might be a little bit higher though, right? It might be like bouncing around here for a while in this lower level, but not actually going further lower, right? And so and then at the same time, Bitcoin might be going higher, and so although this price is priced in Bitcoins, it might be just sticking around this level, which is around the 300 sats, between 300, 250 sats, or 233 sats, and it's increasing in dollar value, but not in Bitcoin value, and that's what I saw a lot in the previous bull runs, is that the dollar value would slowly increase, but the actual Bitcoin value would not. So that's why I would suggest you not suggest. It's up to you. This is not financial advice, so it's totally up to you. I do not sell my alts when we go into winter season for the alts, and that's what I do. All right, next question.
Next question. Okay, so we have a super chat from guess who?
Super Googly.
Yes, sir. And he asked, is BZRX at current levels a good buy for little lady? Thank you, Davinci.
BZRX. Let's take ZRX. Let's take a look at that coin. And before I okay. Well, I did some measuring. I think it looks like I picked up some at the 88.6 because I did some off charts measuring, and I figured that so I just got some. It just didn't like post. So if I just refreshed my thing, we're going to see that it's going to send us email notifications. Just that the Binance API is the worst, the absolute worst. That's why we don't have it in Pandora's wallet just yet. It is the absolute worst API to deal with out there for any exchange, and I don't know why. If any exchange starts to beat out Binance, it'll be because they have a solid API and a solid user interface as well, and they just repeat everything that Binance is doing except improve the API. But basically, the reason why it hasn't told us this is because their API is not very friendly to third-party applications at all. And then when you talk to them about it, they say, "Well, you're just not a good programmer," and that's not how you deal with your people who are building on top of your product. That's just bad. Bad. What's it called? I don't know. Not karma, but bad business practices to call people names and call them and belittle them when they try to point out, hey, you know what, this is not working very well. So anyways, let me just digress from that. I really think that we're near the bottom here on BZRX, and I'm glad that I picked up some here at the 88.6. I think probably that was the last low, the one that I pointed out here, which is at the 1300. So I was looking at this, and that's where I came up with the actual buy order at the 88.6, and I'm happy with that. Could it go lower? Yes, it can. It could even break the last lows, which was around 1400 sats, I think. Yeah, 1500 sats. But yeah, I'll just pick some up. I just nibbled here anyway, so I'm good to get some more anyways. All right, next question.
Next question. So this is a super chat from Felipe Venancio, and he asks, "Hi DJ15 and Campos, thank you. Can you check ATOM against US dollar, ATOM?
ATOM?
Yes. A big shout out to my country, Angola.
Okay. All right. Here's the thing. I could do it with the dollar, right? I can, right? But I'm gonna start with Bitcoin. Why? Because I don't want to hold dollars. I want to hold Bitcoin, right? And you should do the same. That's totally up to you. I know that there's a lot of dollar bugs out there, and I could explain why you should not be measuring your wealth in dollars, and I have done so. Actually, if there is a video, and maybe Chris can make sure that it's popping up right now here for you guys. It's a video explaining why you should be measuring your wealth in Bitcoin and not in dollars, and you'll see your wealth increase exponentially, right? If you do so. Okay. Now, as you can see here, priced in Bitcoin, it's come to the 61.8 and bounced off of that. Mountain Man, always gets paid, right? He's not afraid of this. He's not afraid to just hit the 61.8 and see what happens. And he got paid already, and now it's come back to the 61.8. I don't know if he'd be so gun ho to get an entry here, but it has bounced again. And honestly, if you ask me where this thing could, I don't think we have bottomed yet. If we go into the winter, you could expect this thing to come down to 78.6, which is the 36,000 sats, and even possibly head down to the 88.6 to the 31,000 sats as a possibility. Unfortunately, this wick has got me a little concerned. I wouldn't be surprised if we try to even get as low as that bottom wick here to see if it could test into that wick, unfortunately, for this particular cryptocurrency. So that would not be a surprise. And we can see that's at 26,000 sats. Not a whole. It is a whole. It is a lot of percent in percentage terms is a lot, but at the same time, you know what? Once it bottoms, I think that was the last. This will probably be the last bottom for these coins. A lot of these altcoins going into February, and we might see them never come back to these lows ever again, going forward in the next altcoin season. Alrighty, let's head over to the US dollar and just quickly take a look at that. Let's start with the USDT, and you can see it's pretty much the same deal. Yeah, almost. So there's a wick there. I don't know if that wick should be counted really. If we were to go to the last W, right, you can see it's the same deal, right? So if we were to set it to the W, here's a nice W, and pops off, and then it goes. You can see that we're bounced off the 61.8, and yeah, 78.6 is the most likely target, and to me it looks exactly like the Bitcoin price. And down here is where we could possibly go down to the 88.6, and yeah. I wouldn't measure it in dollars, because you're going to lose out a lot more than you would if you were to have a base currency of US dollars, and you use a little old lady strategy on this. You're not gonna make a lot of money. All right, we've already, and that's been tested actually, right, indeed, because Brian at the Rational Investor, he has his little old lady strategy completely. He shows you every single trade that he's ever made, and then he kept a copy of that trade, assuming that you just bought it and never sold.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see there's a huge difference between buy and hold and buy and little old lady. Massive, colossal difference. And if you would have did that with dollars, it would have been even bigger difference. So yeah, it's night and day. There's like, hey, I'm gonna buy and hold with dollar and base it in dollars. Buy and hold, base it in Bitcoin. Buy with the little old lady strategy. There's the little old lady strategy based in Bitcoins is like astronomical amounts of money that you never thought possible, starting from a small amount. Yeah, so that's why I highly recommend that you base your gains in Bitcoin, just everything in Bitcoin. All right, next question, Inti.
Next question. So, EOS and Mr. Kev Allen are really good at asking like very deep questions.
Mm-hmm.
I see that Kev Allen likes a lot to know about new crypto projects, whilst EOS likes to know about banks and the Fed.
Okay.
So you could choose now. What do you prefer?
Let's talk about the banks and the Fed, because actually, I thought about the next episode, guys. I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to look at the news tomorrow unless there's something really spectacular happens. I'm going to talk about how I would destroy Bitcoins if I was running the government, right, tomorrow. Because I see an exact plan, a perfect plan for the government to destroy Bitcoin, and I'm going to talk about it and see what you guys think about that. Right. All right. Let's talk about the banksters.
Okay. So EOS asked, what decides effective Fed funds? Fed decides the Fed funds target, but what's the mechanism of free market desovereigning? And can I interpret LIBOR as interest rate on the euro dollar?
Okay, there's a lot of complicated stuff there that
Yeah.
not a lot of people are going to understand. So, the Fed funds rates, basically, when they come up with a target rate, it's usually between the 0.25% below and the 0.25% that is the high. So, let's just say they have a Fed funds rate of 0, which it is right now. They make sure that the rate stays between 0 and 0.25%. And so, So whenever the market tries to raise the interest rate, they start buying up bonds in order to prevent the rate from rising, um, and they hold on to those bonds. And so where do they get the money? Of course, they just created out of nothing to buy those bonds, and so that's how they manage the interest rates. Now, LIBOR is a whole other animal, right? That is interbank lending, interbank lending rate. Basically, when you want to borrow money overnight, which is not being used anymore. Remember how the Federal Reserve first decided to do remember the repo rates? Remember those? They started. Let me just show you something here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it up quickly, but I'm going to try anyways. Repo rates. Repurchasing repo. Let's go to repos with Federal Reserve. Repo. They started off with $1 billion. Let's see here. Repo market explained. Agreements. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. So let's let me just bring up this. Oops. Oh, I had the wrong chart. I was googling on the wrong computer. Whoops. And let me just close Brave. Wow, I'm surprised with Brave running here. I'm surprised I'm able to actually stream. That's incredible. Okay. Looks like my I don't know. My computer seems to be running better now. I'm able to get Chris was watching right now, and he's not in the same room. He's in my office, and yeah, he's watching my screen, making sure that I'm doing everything correctly. But yeah, remember this back in March, right, where they kept raising the repo rate. They're raising it by $1 billion, then another $1 billion. First it was first it was a few billion, then it was a few billion more, then a few $100 billion more, then $500 billion, then 3 trillion, right? Remember those things, right? That was in order to keep the LIBOR down, basically. What this was doing, right? It was allowing the banks because the banks wanted to borrow money overnight, and the reason why they were borrowing money overnight is because in the United States, I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but in the United States, they had like overnight sweeps. And what that meant is that you can have unlimited reserves, right? So meaning that you don't have to have a 10% reserve at the Federal Reserve during the day. So that means your leverage can go to, 100 to 1 or even more, right? 200 to 1, whatever. You had unlimited leverage. And so you didn't have to say, okay, well, I'm gonna lend out all this money, and I gotta have this. I gotta have 10%. You didn't have to do that. You can go with any percentage amount that you wanted. But at nighttime, right? You had to give back. You had to have the 10% stored at the Federal Reserve, and so. What the Federal Reserve, because it got ridiculous as the repo market just kept growing, they need to keep liquidating the repo markets over and over again. And if I don't know, I'm not prepared for this question, so there is a what's it called, a Federal Reserve chart that shows that that their repos went up, their repo chart, the amount of people buying into the repos went up, and now it's gone to zero. Now, why did it happen? Why did it go to zero? Why are they not mentioning about the repo increasing the repo rates? The reason why is because now they've taken away any kind of limit. That 10% that they needed to put into the Federal Reserve is no longer there, and now. They don't have to deal with the repo markets anymore because everyone could go 1,000x leverage, every single bank. So your bank could basically have zero of your money and have zero of the, what's it called, the investors' money, and gamble completely on anything they want. And yeah, they can lend out as much as they want, as much money as they want, and gamble as much as they want without any restrictions, period. And so, and they know that they can do, they'll never go under, because the Federal Reserve will come and save them. So they can get away with murder, basically, at this point in time. And there is no necessary need for worrying about LIBOR, because LIBOR is not necessary anymore, because there's no interbank lending. Because it's crazy. All right, next question.
So the next is going to be from Kev Adam. He asked, do you have a good process for using smart contracts like Uniswap with hardware wallets? Singing a transaction is tedious and hard to know what exactly you are singing.
Yes, it is. When I do that is Uniswap has one contract, and it just has the same numbers, same address every single time. So when you do sign a transaction with a Uniswap, one of the best practices is to make sure that, hey, that address, the Uniswap address, is where I'm sending the money. Always make sure that before you hit send, right, you verify that that's the correct address. And I'll do a video on that, and showing people how to do that in the future. But it won't be a live video, but it will be a video up how to use Uniswap with a hardware wallet, basically. And yeah, I will share that with everybody. All right, next question.
We have some tier requests from Davinci and 88 from Twitch. And says, hey Davinci, can you do TA on Link, please?
Link Marines!
Everyone wants to know.
Link Marines! Let's go! Let's do this! Oh man, do you guys, if for those who don't know what I'm talking about, right, with the Link Marines, right? You know, it was like a big thing. Marines. Let's see here if I can pull up the videos. There's like cool videos of Link's Marines, like doing all kinds. They're all trying to keep the price up, and man, no, I can't find it. Okay, well, here, I forgot to change screens. Hey, Chris, you gotta be on this ball here, right? Whenever I change screens, right? You gotta let me know, right? All right, let's go to Link BTC, and you can see. I knew from this, once we did this and broke here, it doesn't matter that it came back up. That they're done. The Link Marines, they're done. They're finished. The 61.8 is the next target. It's coming to Bitcoin, to a theater near you. Okay? It's coming. There's no stopping it. And it's even more so. Like take a look. Once they break this level, which is, what's it called? 89,000 sats? 90,000 sats between friends, let's just say. Once that's broken, you can see that we're getting to the 61.8, and that's the 68,000 sats. And I don't know. There's a chance that it could bounce and never come back from the 61.8 because of all the crazy people in the Link camp. So, but you could always trade this and make some profit, though, because this is definitely going to bounce here, right? Well, not definitely. There's no guarantees on anything, right? But I think it's a high probability we're going to bounce off the 61.8. And then, or maybe a little bit lower, right? The 65%, and then you could probably sell it maybe before the 38.2, because I don't think it's going to come back all the way up here. Maybe up to this level, or this one right here, which is a 9,600 sats, before it rolls over again. And then maybe we, I really think we come all the way back to the 88.6, and then that's at 2,400 sats. Because these people need to be punished. They need to learn that you can't get away with this nonsense. It's just not going to happen. And yeah, they're going to get schooled hard on that. And I look forward to getting their rage quit buys down here at the 88.6. All right, next question.
Okay.
I'm sure I made a lot of people cry over. All right.
Okay, so this is a super chat from Dale M. And says, can you DA on XLM, please? Cheers, my good man.
All right, XLM. Let's take a look. XLM. Oops, wrong screen. Need to switch screens. There we go. Yeah, XLM is, I think this is one of those older coins, Stellar Lumens, and it's been around for quite some time. And it has a large following, and I'm not sure why, honestly. I don't know the technology behind this. All I know is that there's a large number of people that own this, and you can see, even though we topped out here, this is a critical thing to look at. The people are not selling this thing, even though we dumped back down to where we began. The people who bought up here, yeah, a lot of them are probably left, but there's the people who are holding it right now are solid holders. Yeah, sure, some of them left, but Jesus, they kept on. These people are diehards, and you can see that we're near a bottom here and heading higher. Because I like this. You can see that this thing is not going to break through this bottom, most likely. And so what we could see, right, again, is once this thing does start to fly, let's just assume that it doesn't even go back to the all-time high, just to the 38.2, which is more than doable. And coming back into this range here, where it just ranged for quite some time, and a lot of people probably are going to dump into that range between here and here, right? Just getting into that range, right? And from where we are at 700 sats, right? We're at 750 sats. You're talking two doubles, just getting into that range, basically. Almost two doubles, just getting above the 38.2 into the range. And so, yeah, you're going to see, and if we take out the highs, right, you might even see a third double. So this is a decent coin to own, and I'm owning it. And you know what? It might not do a straight moonshot. It might go up to the breakout point, which is right around 1,500 sats. Come back down, allowing you to reload, rebuy, and so you could get a lot of rebuy opportunities to help you get even more doubles off of this than just the 3 that you could possibly get should it just only get up to the 88.6 or something like that of this new highs. It doesn't make new highs in Bitcoin. So, and you know what? I think this thing has the potential to actually make new highs in Bitcoin because of the diehards that are on this, that are not letting go. All right, next question.
So Dennis S. made a huge donation to know your top 5 short-term altcoins.
All right, so what kind of donation did he give? Like a huge $2?
Check for yourself.
I'm trying to look here. Let's see here. I see a 54 euro donation. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you very much, Danny.
I think it's Dennis. Yeah. And thank you. I appreciate your support. So you want to know what is my top 5 short-term altcoins. Well, basically it is. If you head over to CoinMarketCap, hang on, let me just bring that up. And I can tell you what coins I think that will do well. Well, obviously it's Ethereum, right? Polkadot as well, but I'm looking for it to come back down. If it doesn't come back down, and I think it might not, I think I might lose the one advantage on that. Crypto.com, even though I don't know much about what they do, and I don't understand how they do it. I think that they will pop really hard, and Binance. So it was that 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more. Let's just see here. The next one that I think that will do well, I don't know if I have any others that I can see that can do well in the short term. In the short term, the next coin that actually, you know what? The next coin that probably do well in the short term. Let's see how it's doing right now. Which I'm hoping that it doesn't. I hope I'm wrong about this. Right? Is wifey, because I want to get some. I hope I'm wrong about it, but I don't think so. Look, came down, wicking down to. I'm trying to get some at this level here, which is the two bitcoins, 2.75 bitcoins, and just not gonna let me. I think this is another one that will do extremely well going forward as well. In the short term, I don't think you're going to see this thing come back to any kind of levels that's responsible anytime soon. Why? Because there's so limited supply, and people are super stupid about this coin that I see this thing going a lot higher, right? A lot higher, right? Don't know how high, but I see how it going like stupid high. All right, next question.
Next question. So we got a super chat from Dreams7X and says, "Can we get an update on Wannachain? Thanks a lot."
Wannachain. Okay, yeah. Let's see here. Let's bring that Wannachain up, and then one more question after that, and then we'll call it a day.
Excellent.
The wonton chain. Okay. Oops, I gotta change screen. And let's see here. Daily. Okay. Well, what you can see clearly here is a head and shoulders pattern, and now I just want to get rid of this. I want to get rid of this buy order here, because there's a clear head and shoulders pattern, which indicates this thing is dumping hard soon. Hard. So I'm going to remove that buy order and place it a lot lower. This thing's going down. It's going down hard. Right? Won't be surprised if we come all the way to the 88.6 at this point, because of the head and shoulders pattern indicates that's its trajectory. Unfortunately, there you go. I mean, it's brutal. There we go. Lots of buys. Yeah, it's gonna be brutal. We'll be lucky if it doesn't go past the bottom here. Yeah.
Continue those coin pop-ups.
Alrighty, so wow. Alrighty, that's a lot of buys there.
Whoa, it keeps going.
Yeah, that's because they the API doesn't work very well, so they don't. It's a little bit. These things happen at different times. So, and wow, I did a lot of shopping, man. Wow.
I have work to do today.
Exactly.
Updating the spreadsheet.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so one more question and let's call it a day.
Before the last question, I wanted to thank all people that donated today. We highly appreciate your donations. It's very special for us. It got a special place in our hearts. Also, these 700 people watching right now with their 300 likes. We highly appreciate it. Thank you very much. The people organized themselves to say, hey, you know what? Let's get this man to 300 likes. They actually did that in the chat.
All right.
So it
Well,
was
thank
reading
you.
the whole time.
Thank you.
And
very
also to thank the 8 people that is watching on Twitch right now. And want you to know that we are working for you. Yeah, we've been saying this for the last 2 weeks. But I hear Davinci today having a reunion and he's actually going to bring some stuff for you.
Exactly. Thank you.
Okay.
Also, guys, I really appreciate. I had the biggest likes in my last video. Really appreciate all the likes and thank you for the emoji storm in Twitch. Thank you very much. Also, thank you all for the subscribing. I had like the biggest subscriber day of like 400 people for yesterday subscribing. So thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And those people who did subscribe, next year you're going to be eligible for winning one whole Bitcoin. So look out for that next year on my next birthday. All right, next and final question.
Next and final question. It will be a super chat from GVQ, I think. I'm sorry if I pronounce your name badly. And says, can you check XDAI against stake? Please, when to buy?
XDAI against stake. Okay. You mean why would you? XDAI is a dollar. That's dollar against the stake, isn't that? That's just basically the dollar, right? The dollar value. Stake. When you do it against XDAI, you're doing it just against the dollar, because XDAI is pegged to the dollar. And so, yeah, I think we already did that. Didn't we do that yesterday? Yeah, we did.
XDAI against the US dollar? I thought you did it with Bitcoin.
No, because there was only one, right? Like right here. Remember?
Oh, there was some spam.
Right there. It was already done. So yeah, we already did that yesterday. So why don't we just quickly get to something else? Another question.
Okay. Other question then. So Dom on Twitch asked for a TA on Bitcoin Cash.
BCH. Okay. This is like the hated coin of the century, Bitcoin Cash, and I think Bitcoin BSV is also hated even more. But let's see here. Let's see where we can find. Let's see here. Bitcoin Cash. Ouch! Oh man, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see that.
Oh man. You know, I bought more Bitcoin Cash a while ago. Now I'm regretting.
Man, yeah. It's broken the lows. And so, yeah. The absolute lows. And so, that's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. That means we could break down even further. We could start ski sloping down a lot here at this point. A lot. Right? And so we have to wait until it stops sloping down before you could actually start to even consider buying.
Yeah, Felipe Venancio says money doesn't have eyes or sentiments. No, money doesn't, but I do.
Yeah. So that's it. It's this thing's done. It's done like dinner. It's going down, and you can see the volume going out. People are like leaving this thing, and the reason why is because there's already a contentious fork coming up, and so it's just like, okay, people are just had it. They're done. They're finished. So I think Bitcoin Cash is going to be Bitcoin last. All right. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate everybody coming to watch the live stream. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers, people.
Goodbye, people. Have a good one.